Hello everybody, my name is Bradley Haskell, and this is my blog 2 for Donna Colwell's ENC 1102 class. Today the story that I will be going over is Flannery O'Connor's A Good Man is Hard to Find. In particular, the theming with this particular story. One of the central themes, or the theme that I'm going to touch on today, is a good man. What exactly is a good man in the eyes of the protagonist, who is the grandmother? Um, there are two extremes for what makes a good man in the story. The first example that we get of this is the interaction between the grandmother and Red Sammy at his restaurant. Um, Red Sammy, Red Sammy and the grandmother go over a couple of conversations regarding the way that America is and why it's changing for the worse and the values are changing. At one point in the conversation, Red Sammy asked the grandmother if he is indeed a good man for allowing these two gentlemen to pump gas into their vehicle without paying, and he let them go without asking for any compensation for it. In this particular instance, a good man in the grandmother's eyes is that he is a giving person, but at the same time, him giving away the gasoline makes him gullible or easy to get over. He's a bit of a pushover in this particular instance in order to please Red Sammy and let him basically let his subconscious rest easy. At the same time, I came up with a little bit of a theory when it comes to the two men that were given the gasoline. The two cohorts of the misfit, I had thought about that, like a little theory or something, a little theory along that line, that they were previously prisoners and they broke out of prison with the misfit. So if anything, the misfit could have been hiding in the trunk of the vehicle that they were getting the gas for, and of course they don't have money, they just broke out of prison. So that was a little theory that popped into my head when I thought about two guys that didn't have any money, and he let them go, and they were going the same direction that the grandmother and the family were going. So it kind of makes sense to me. And the other extreme for a good man would be the misfit. In this particular instance of what a good man is in the eyes of the grandmother, it comes down to her saving her own skin, referring to the misfit as a good man, saying that he comes from good blood. This plays into her manipulative side, as well as it allows her to escape from this particular situation the best way that she can, by manipulating him, telling him that he is a good man, hoping that it will turn him over to another, turn his heart and leave her alive, even though the rest of her family is dead. She's still a scumbag. But those are the two extremes for the theme of what exactly a good man is in this particular story. Now, correlation for the correlation for this story for a real life reference for me is a couple of years ago, not even a couple of years ago, back in 2009, May of 2009, I believe, me and three friends that were working at a GameStop were robbed at gunpoint. So at that point, it's a little bit, it's a similar situation for me to the grandmother, her family. Fortunately for me, I didn't lose any of my friends that day, and the man that accosted us, he was eventually caught, so he is now in prison. But that's the correlation to the story to my personal life. Um, but that's about all I wanted to say regarding this particular subject. It is a little bit rough right now, but that's all I have to say. Please excuse my dog if you can hear him barking in the background. He's being a little jerk right now. But this is my blog 2 for Donna Colwell's ENC 1102 class. I hope everyone is having a great Sunday thus far. I've been procrastinating all weekend. I actually didn't make one take of this video, and I had to make another one because the other one was so rough. But I hope everyone has a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.